channel. Goodness gracious. Okay, so this week we are going to be starting off in Sioux City at Baumgars. We haven't had a Baumgars load in a while, and I'm pretty sure this one's just going to be a random load of random stuff. It's Friday. It's just about noon, and we are expected to be in Newcastle, Wyoming tomorrow morning, pretty much first thing. And then we have another stop in Spearfish, South Dakota. And not gonna lie, kind of hope we get to stay there. I mean, it could be cool. We could rent a motorcycle and then go over to the Tinderbox Cigar Lounge. Who knows? I'm not counting on that, but you know, we have long shirts, long pants, and closed-toed shoes in here for reasons. Last week, if you recall, and even if you don't, we had gotten Samsara fixed. We got a whole new next generation brain, whole new wiring harness, and what I didn't know at the time is we got a whole entirely new eSmart system. And that all came with a new camera that's on the windshield, you know, the whole kit and caboodle.
We even got a different tablet.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
It's not new, but it's just different.
Yeah, we got a new tablet. And all last week, everything was hunky-dory, worked as advertised, everything was perfect. We go back to the yard yesterday, he goes in to talk to the mechanic that replaced all this stuff and says, hey, everything's working, it's great.
Guess what happened this morning? About 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Started screwing up again.
So, I don't know.
See how this goes.
I don't know. I mean, it lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to. We will obviously be keeping a really close eye on because she messed up.
It automatically fixed itself.
Yeah. So at this point, I think it would be our word against her word. And,
yeah,
you know, digital never lies, right? So we'll be keeping an eye on that throughout the week, whatever the week brings. We are scheduled for home time in about a week and a half, so I know that we won't be getting terribly far away. So enjoy the new fresh scenery for this week, and we'll see you guys in Newcastle. Well, good morning. I know many of us have driven on road trips and such, going places that we've never been before. Have you ever just felt like eventually the road that you were on was going to dwindle away to nothing? Mr. Rand McNally decided that we were going to take the scenic view down here to Newcastle and brought us on US 85 South. And it was fine when we first got on it and went through Deadwood. And then we got through Lead and it got a little narrower. And then, I don't know, we got out in the wilderness and it got even narrower. But it seemed to be the perfect crossing for wildlife of all types. We often complain about coming to Wyoming and never seeing wildlife.
Especially elk.
Yeah, but this
Nature
trip
had other plans today.
This trip delivered in spades. We seen a couple of really good-sized herds. They didn't seem to be real disturbed by our presence. What we saw even more of were deer. And we're from southeast Kansas. People come from all over the country to go hunting where we live.
We have big deer.
Yeah, and I think that must be why, because I've never seen this amount of deer in our part of the world, like ever. And these were huge herds of deer. Of course, this scenery was absolutely beautiful. It's the Black Hills National Forest, so what's to complain about? Yeah, there's so many deer here. We woke up to them grazing out behind our truck. So all of that brings us to right now, today, we're sitting in front of the Baumgars and our appointment time is at 7:30. We're like, it's 7:35, there's nobody here.
Forgot the time change.
It happens, right? So better to be an hour early than an hour late. I don't know what's in this trailer. As per usual, this is our bill of lading, right? And it just says mixed warehouse fruit. So, yeah, looks like we're going to empty out about half the trailer load here. So, yeah, he's trying to figure out where we're going for the ramp. So, I guess we're going to go get staged up so that we're ready to go whenever these guys do get here when it's actually 7:30. And then we are headed up to the Spearfish Baumgars as soon as we get done here. So, we'll see you up there. And new and interesting developments today. I think our transmission just quit. We had an issue on our way over to Baumgars from the truck stop, and it, I don't know, the transmission light comes on. Okay, do you hear that? That's the truck trying to shift into gear. Yeah, we
Won't even start now.
Yeah, we got nothing. Great. And it's Saturday. We'll get back with you in a minute. Howdy.
Hi.
I am one hot mama.
She's kind of cute too.
Oh man, I tell you what, neither one of those tow trucks had AC, and both of them are the original like hood style, and they had the exhaust going right up beside the door, so it was extra loud.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on with the truck. It started out by just not being able to shift into gear, and then it got to a point where you could hear it.
Because it can't shift into gear, the computer is in protection mode for the rest of the truck, so it's not letting the truck start.
Yeah.
Where I screwed up was I probably shouldn't have shut the truck off this morning.
Yeah, probably didn't do us any favors, but
Oh well.
yeah, so the guys got there. It took about an hour and a half for the tow team to get down there. Watching these guys do what it is that they do. And, you know, first they raise up the truck and then they put it on blocks. And then they got in there, and it's kind of standard procedure if there's something wrong with the transmission or something like that for them to basically disconnect the drive shaft.
Well, it's standard procedure that if they're going to tow it with the front end up in the air, they have to disconnect the drive shaft. That way, when the tires and stuff are spinning, it doesn't make anything in the transmission spin.
Yeah, because they don't know what's wrong.
So because they don't know what's wrong with it. And on this new truck, the way it's caged underneath, they had to remove the entire drive shaft. So it took a little bit longer.
And the one guy, you almost bought the farm dropping that thing out of there.
Yeah, didn't get it on video, but he was underneath the shorter piece of the drive shaft, and it come undone, and he seen it coming, so he moved his head, and it missed him by a couple inches of landing pretty much right in his face.
Yeah, so that was great.
And that short drive shaft probably weighs 80, 90, 100 pounds or better.
And you can see it took both of them to carry it. You know.
Even the short one.
Yeah, which I'm sure some of that's just because it's kind of awkward to carry something like that, but also because it's damn heavy. So yeah, there's no drive shaft in the truck at all at the moment. And then because we can't run the truck and they had to disconnect the air from our truck so they could hook it up to their truck, I'm actually not sure. Our fifth wheel lock is air actuated.
Yeah, I had to manually unlock the fifth wheel plate, not a big deal. The main thing I'm worried about now is because the truck won't start, we have an ice box in the truck.
Yeah. And it's running off the battery pack.
And it's running off the batteries right now. Well,
but it's Saturday.
The truck is designed when the batteries get so low, the engine starts up. I can't start the truck, but it may override something to charge the batteries to where the truck will go ahead and start. I have no idea. We'll let you know.
Yeah. So cross your fingers and hope that we don't have a refrigerator full of spoiled food.
Yeah, because the freezer's pretty full.
Yeah.
Which, as long as we don't open anything, the freezer should be all right.
Once upon a time, a long time ago, we had a guy comment on one of our videos that he really wanted to just listen to the noise that the truck makes. If you've ever been in one of the newer international trucks, there's really not a lot of noise
Yeah,
to
the chain
listen
brake's
to.
really quiet.
The engine's quiet. The only thing we get is wind noise on a windy day. So that's it. But I think that's how we're going to leave this video, is listening to this truck just roar and scream and have a good time coming up and down the hills on the way back to Rapid City. We have left the truck at the International dealership here in Rapid City. We've gotten ourselves a rental car and a hotel room, and we're just going to veg for the rest of the weekend.
Yep, we're here till Monday at noon at the latest, or at the earliest
Yeah,
probably.
the earliest, yeah.
So,
Is there anything else that you wanted to mention about this whole thing?
like, share, subscribe.
Tell all your friends, but in the meantime, thanks for watching.
See
See
ya,
you, bye.
bye.